Everyone, today we're going to be working on this crochet tote. It's a little big on screen, but it's worked up with single crochets and the moss stitch. And if you don't know how to do the moss stitch, I'll walk you step by step through it. No worries. The supplies you're going to need for this project is a size G, or a 4.5mm crochet hook, some scissors. You're going to need your tapestry needles. You'll need stitch markers, or if you're like me, you'll end up using just a piece of scrap yarn. And you're going to need some yarn. I'm going to use a number 4 weight acrylic yarn. I just used scrap yarn. You can see it didn't take much to do my bag. I think the blue is a Caron 1 pound and the mustard color is a red heart. I don't usually mix brands, but it's just a scrap buster project. I'm not going to worry too much about it right now. And your bag will measure out from handle to the bottom is going to be about 14 inches, and from either end it's going to be about 12. I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind, to hit that subscribe button and click the little bell beside it so that you'll be notified whenever we put out a new video. Let's get started. Okay, create a slip knot on your hook and chain 41. I'm going to go in these back bumps here, but if you prefer to go in the front of the chain, that's fine as well. You're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. This one never counts as a stitch, so we're going to count back 1, 2, and I'm going to go in the back bump here. And create a single crochet, and we're just going to continue down, single crocheting down the chain. Continue down, and we will meet over here. Okay, I have 1 stitch left here, and I want to turn my work and go in these stitches here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 single crochets in this last stitch here to turn my work. So 1, 2, 3. And see, it turns your work so that you can work down this side too. And all we're going to do is single crochet in every stitch down till we meet on the other side. And you can put this tail down and hide it in so you don't have to hide it later. Just a little less work. Okay, let's go ahead and do that all the way down, and we'll meet back up. Okay, I made it to the end. I've got 1 stitch left here. I'm going to put 2 single crochets in it to match this side over here, because it's only got 1 single crochet in it right now. So let's count. 1, 2, and then slip stitch over to the first single crochet that we made. Okay, so I went ahead and single crocheted all the way around 10 times total to create the bottom of my bag, as you can see here. It's just 10 rows of single crochet. So I'm going to go ahead and start the body of my bag, which is the moss stitch, which we've done before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, right before I finish off my 10th row, I'm going to insert my hook like I'm going to slip stitch. And I'm going to lay this color down, and I'm going to pick up my second color. And I'm going to pull it through that loop and tighten the blue one up. I'm going to lay my ends down over here and work with my mustard color. Okay, to start this row, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet in that same stitch right there that we slip stitched in. So we're going to insert our hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. Now, to do the moss stitch, what it is you're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet. That's the repeat pattern for it. So we already chained 1. We're going to skip this stitch right here, and we're going to single crochet in the second stitch. We're going to do it again. Yarn over and chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next. And we're going to repeat this. Single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. Skip the next stitch, skip, go into the next one. We chained 1, we're going to skip 1 and go into the next one. And you're just going to repeat this all the way around until we meet back up here. Okay, I've made it to the end here, and you can see I chained 1, and I'm going to skip this stitch. This here is my slip stitch, because you can tell when I tug on this yarn it pulls in. That's my slip stitch, so I don't want to single crochet there because it'll start to increase my stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch over to the single crochet that we created at the beginning of the round, but instead of working with this color, I'm going to lay it aside and pick up this blue that I was working with and pull it through. When you do, you tug on that. There you go. Now, to start the next round, we're going to chain 2, because right here is a single crochet, and we want to skip that single crochet. We're going to create a chain 1 space like you do here. We're going to create one here so that the next round we can just single crochet into it. So we're going to chain 2, and we're going to skip this single crochet here, and we're going to single crochet into the chain 1 space. Chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into the chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip the single crochet, and chain single crochet in this chain one space. And that's just the repeat pattern for this row. Oh, I tried to do a half double there. I need to do a single crochet. And just repeat this pattern all the way down, and we'll meet back up over here. Okay, I've made it to the end. On the mustard color rows, you'll end in a chain one. In the blue rows, you should end in a single crochet because you have this chain one space here. Oh, sorry. Because you have this chain one space here, you should end up with a single crochet at the very end of the blue rows and a chain one on the mustard color rows. So I have my single crochet here. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch here, but I'm going to drop my blue and pick up my mustard. And you'll see here on this side especially that you have kind of a pull up from where the colors are being dropped. If you'll just turn this side inside out, it won't look so bad. Honestly, you can't hardly tell unless you really look anyways. So we're going to chain one, and we're going to single crochet in that chain one space right there. Chain one, and we're going to skip this single crochet here, and we're going to single crochet in this chain one space. And we're going to continue that. Chain one, skip the single crochet in the chain one space. Chain one, skip the single crochet, put a single crochet in the chain one space. Try again. Anyways, go ahead and continue all the way around till we meet back up here. Okay, I finished my mustard row, and I went ahead and slip stitched and dropped my color, and I've got blue up. If you prefer to cut your yarn every time instead of carrying like I am, that's fine too. However you prefer. I really don't mind the little seam right here. It doesn't bother me, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to carry my yarn for this project. So chain two, blue round is always chain two, and we're going to skip the single crochet and single crochet into the chain one space. Chain one, And I'm just going to continue this pattern. I'll make back up. Okay, I went ahead and did my moss stitch pattern here. And what I did was I did 5 rows of the mustard color and 4 rows of the blue. And then I did 5 rows of solid blue in the moss stitch. And then I went ahead and did 5 more rows of the mustard and 4 rows of the blue to create this pattern. And I went ahead and snipped off my ends, and I'll weave them in later, but we're going to go ahead and finish up the bag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just single crochet all the way around. Let me get my yarn. Create a slip knot. Okay, I'm going to finish it off in the blue. And it really doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to go ahead and start over here where I was carrying my yarn, so all of it's in one spot. I'm going to slip stitch to this single crochet here. And I'm going to chain 1 and put a single crochet back in that same stitch. And then I'm going to put a single crochet in the chain 1 space and a single crochet in the single crochet. And I'm just going to repeat this all the way around. So just continue that all the way around. Okay, I made it back to, I made it back to where we started. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to single crochet back in that same stitch here. And I'm just going to single crochet in every stitch across. And I'm just going to do that for a total of 10 rounds. And then we'll meet back up. Okay, so I went ahead and finished my 10 rounds of single crochet on my bag to finish it. And this is what I have. And I went ahead and kind of marked the middle of my bag. I just eyed it. I didn't really. I have 27 stitches on this side and 27 stitches on this side. And then I have 15 stitches here for the handles of the bag. If your stitch count came out right, you should have 27, 27, and then 15 in the middle. And I just used scrap yarn to mark my places here. But yeah, I went ahead and hid my ends and stuff. Let's go ahead and start in on the handles. Let me get my yarn. I'm going to create a slip knot. And I'm just going to insert my hook into this first stitch marker here. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus in a bit. There. I'm going to go ahead and stick my hook into the first stitch. And I'm going to slip stitch. Attach my yarn to the bag, and I'll pull this one out. Now, to start, we're going to go ahead and create the first handle here. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in that same stitch, and then we're going to chain 15 and then slip stitch over here. So let's go ahead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's your first handle. Now let's skip these 15 stitches, and we're going to single crochet over here on this second marker. Insert your hook. You can take that scrap of yarn out, and we're going to single crochet, and there's your first handle. Now we're going to single crochet in each of the 27 stitches until we get over here to this stitch marker. Sorry about that. We have mosquito trucks running. They can get pretty loud. Okay, I'll meet you back over here. Okay, I made it over to this second handle here. I have that one stitch left, so I'm going to go ahead and take out that piece of yarn, and we're going to single crochet in that stitch, and then we're going to chain up 15 to create the handle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We're going to skip these 15 stitches, and we're going to single crochet in this stitch marker here. Go ahead and insert your hook, and we can take that piece of yarn out, and we single crochet in that one, and then there's your second handle made. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to single crochet all the way around until you meet back up here where you joined your yarn. Okay, I made it back, and all I'm going to do is slip stitch into the single crochet that we made when we first started our round. And that's it for this round. To start the next round, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in that same stitch. And we're going to take and single crochet 15 times in this chain 15 space. Now you can go into each individual chain, but I'm just going to go and wrap my hook all the way around like that. And that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sorry, I was out of camera there. But there's your 15 stitches. And then we're going to single crochet here in this stitch right here. Can't forget that one. And then we're just going to single crochet all the way over here to this chain space. And we're going to do this one exactly the same as we did this one here.